Good morning everyone. Welcome to the robotics class basic to advanced. Today we are going to learn about the input and output function in Arduino. If you are going to take a input and you are going to take the output from the Arduino, so how we can take the input and how we can take the output through the Arduino. So this is the very important topic. Today we are going to discuss it. Really, what is input and output means when we give any value, okay, to the Arduino, that is called input. If we are taking any information from the outside and we are giving the value to the Arduino, that is called input. Clear? If we are taking the value from the Arduino, let's suppose we are going to turn on our LEDs or whatever we are taking. If we are taking the values from the Arduino, that is called output. Clear? If we are giving the value to the Arduino, that is called input. If we are taking the values from the Arduino, that is called output. So basically we have two types of input and output function. First one is digital. If you can see here, we have two pins only, two types of pin, and digital pin and analog pin. So first we will discuss about the input pin, about digital input, what is the digital input and what is the analog input. If we talk about the digital input, it means we give the values into the two form on the digital pin, like high and low. High means our 5 volt and low means 0 volt. We are giving the input, we are taking the input on the digital pin into the two form. One is high and second is low. High means 5 volt and second low means 0 volt. Done. If we take this one into the integer form, so we like this. High, we represent 1 is as a high and 0 is a low. This is our high binary function and this is our low. So we can if you are not going to write this high and low, at that place you can write 0 and 1 also on the digital pin. It will consider as a input function. Done. Like if we talk about the examples, how like we connect a push button, okay, we connect switch, okay, we connect motion sensor like IR sensor we have connected, we are getting the value in the form of 0 and 1. Done. So these all the things we can connect on the digital pin and we will get the value into the 0 and 1 form. Only two form we will get, 0 and 1. Okay. And let's suppose we want to connect the push button here on the digital pin. Okay, let's suppose we are going to connect push button on the digital pin. So we have a two way to connect the push button on the digital pin. What is that two way? Let's suppose this is our push button here, and in the push button we have a 4 pin like this. Okay, and we have a two types of things where we can connect. First one is like just we will take input function. Okay, input function. Okay, this is wrong spelling here. Input. So when we will take just input, let's suppose this is the pin and we have to connect first one with the negative terminal, and we will take one resistor here and we will connect with resistor, and second pin we will connect to the 5 volt. Okay, and in the push button these two pin are connected internally, so from here we can take the input. So when you will press this button here, it will give the value 0. Okay, in the form of, it will give the value 0 and 1. It will give you 0 and 1 values. Done. If you will press, it will give 1. If you will not press, it will give 0 with the register. If you will connect register here, that this register is called pull down register. So we have to connect one pull down register, then we will get the value. And second thing also, we can connect without any register here. We not need to connect any register, and directly just we have to connect with ground pin. Just connect with the ground pin and take the values from this pin, another pin, in the second one. So it will give, if you will press, it will give 0. If you will not press the value, it will give you 1. By default the value it will give 1, and when you will press, it will give 0. So this is two different type of input we can take through the push button. First one is just input, then second one is without register, that will call input pull. Okay, pull up. Okay, and that one with register, that will call input pull down. Okay, that is called pull down register. We have to, when we connect the external register, that is our pull down register. I hope this is clear. When you only we will get the value into the 1 and 0 form, nothing else. And second thing, we have an analog input. We have a analog input. We will take the values input on the analog pin. Here it will give the value vary from 5 volt to the 0 volt. 5 volt to the 0 volt. This value vary the value from 0 volt to the 5 volt. Okay, and here we are, if we are 5 volt, it on the digital pin we are getting 5 volt is equal to 1 and 0 volt is equal to 0, but it is not here into the analog pin. The value are varying from 0 volt to the 5 volt into the analog pin. Like we connect here potentiometer. If you have seen this type of variable resistor potentiometer, that is, there will be 3 pins here like this. Okay, we connect our light sensor. We will see these all the things how we can connect light sensor, temperature sensor, and different types of analog sensor. Through that we can get the analog input. Okay, and we use for the analog pin analog input A0 to A5. We have a 6 pin for the analog input A0 to A5. And so one important thing, what is the value will be in this? If we have a 5 volt, if we have a 5 volt and value we have a 0 volt, so what will the value in the 0 volt? The 0 volt value will be 0 and 5 volt value will be 0 1 0 2 3. Okay, because of this pin analog, it's we have 10 bit resolution, 10 bit. Okay, we have a 10 bit resolution on the analog pin. That's why its value varying from 0 to 1023. Okay, example, if you are getting the values, if you are getting the values to the 512, so what will the output voltage will be of input voltage of this 2.5 volt, around 2 point, okay, around it's 2.5 volt here. I hope this is clear. So now let's move to the digital output. The same thing, how we are taking the input on the digital pin, like in the form of 0 and 1, we will take the output from the Arduino digital pin in the form of 0 and 1. Okay, so when we take output on, at that time we have a high, we are taking high values, it means 5 volt, or we can write 1. And when we have a value is off, okay, off means we can say low and voltage will be 0 volt, and we can write here 0. So these things will be into the out for the output function on the digital pin, and here we connect like LED and relay and motors and like this of device we connect here like buzzer and all the things which which will be work as a output function only. So digital means here it will give the value only on and off like this. It will give the value into the on and off. Here suppose this is our 5 volt and this is our 0 volt. So if you can see, it's for some time it's on only, after some time it's going for off only, after some time it's going for on only. So it will happen into the analog digital output. It will be on and off. We cannot control the brightness or anything. We cannot control the voltage here also. Okay. And one more important thing here, if you can see, on the digital pin we have a some pin like 3, 5, 6, 9, 10 and 11. These all the pins. In the front of this pin you can see this type of symbol are there. Okay, this symbol is indicate the pin is PWM pin. That pin is PWM pin. What is the meaning of PWM pin here? PWM means pulse width modulation. Okay, let's explain this one. On the analog digital pin, there is no any pin which is work like an analog voltage input or output. Okay, but we have a some pin that is called PWM pin, which is act like an analog pin, and where we can vary the voltage from 0 volt to the 5 volt. 0 volt to the 5 volt. How we are varying this voltage? See, let's suppose this is our 5 volt. Okay, we are turning for 1 second, we are turning for out another 1 second like this, and this is our 5 volt and this is our 0 volt, and here this is our 1 second and 2 second, and after let's go it will go 3 second like that. Okay, if we change the timing, this is the pulse hour, this is called our pulse here. If we change the pulse duration here, okay, it will change the voltage also, it will change the on and off time, it will change the pulse also. Let's suppose we will change like this. For 1 second 0.5 second will turn, 0.5 second will turn off, again it will turn on and off. We are change the pulse here. This is 0.5 second, here it will, this is 1 second, so this is 1.5 second, this is 2 second, like this we are changing the voltage here. So what is happening, it's like 5 volt here and this is the 0 volt. We change the voltage pulse according to time. Okay, so if we'll see, if we'll compare this one, so it will become the half of previous. So here it will be with of 2.5 volt. If we will change here this one, it will become the half of previous one. So like this we change the pulse according to time, and when we are changing into the pulse width, that is called pulse width modulation. So we have some digital pin also which is indicate symbol like this, and that is act like a analog pin. The value will be vary in this here 0 volt to the 5 volt only, but as a value will be here 0 to 255, 0 to 255, because this is our 8-bit resolution. 8-bit, it's work as a 8-bit resolution. Okay, and this pin is basically used to control the brightness of LED. Okay, we are going to dim LED or like this. Okay, and sometime you want to control the speed of motor, speed degree of servo motor. Done. Speed of motor. So in these things we use this analog PWM pin to control the speed of motors, brightness of LED, and like this of the things. I hope this is clear to everyone. Okay, so now we have one more thing, that is our analog input. Okay, we already have a discuss as analog output. Okay, that it's work like a same as analog output we have seen. Okay, the value is varying from here 0 volt to the 5 volt, and it's like 0 volt 0 to 1023. When you will get the input here, it will vary from 0 to 1023. If you are taking the output also, you can vary it from 0 to 1023. You can write the any number between this 0 to 1023. So when you will write the number, it will vary according to that from 0 volt to the 5 volt. Done. So now let's explain one more thing, how we are its work our PWM pin, and let's see the one example of PWM pin and output pin and analog input pin here through the code. Okay, let's suppose we have here one LED. Okay, now click on the code here. So if you can see here, we written our code as a high. In the place of high we can write here 1 also, so it will work like the same, and the low we can write here 0. We already have told you, if you are taking a 1 it means high and 0 means low. If we will turn on this, it will work as a on and off. So now you can see it's working, because we did not write there high and low, we can write 1 and 0 also here. If you want to take the input, so we will take the one push button here. We are going to take one push button here, and after that we will connect one register here. Okay, let's connect the register on this pin, and we will connect this terminal to the ground. Okay, this is our terminal 1, this is terminal 2B and 1B, and this is 1A. Okay, and just here 2A 2B 1A 1B. It means this and this terminal are connected together, and this and this terminal are connected together. So we have to connect like this, and now we have to take 5 volt here, because we are going to take our pull down register here. This is our pull down register 1K values, and we have to take the input value from here. So we connected our LED push button input on the pin number 2. So we will write the code here as we will define the pin here, pin mode, and 2 as a input. Okay, 2 as a input, and just start the serial monitor, serial dot begin 9600 for show the output. If you want to take show the output, you can show the output. So now we will take one integer here, and int values is equal to digital read. We are going to read the value from pin number 2. Okay, whatever the value we will get, now we are going to print serial dot print, and we will print the values. Done. Now just click on the start simulation, and let's see. Everything is good. A word setup called hardware serial. Okay, begin. So now if we open the serial monitor here, we are getting the value 0, and we will press the button. When we pressing the buttons, it's giving the value 1. I hope you can see this one. So we will write the code here to use this one. If value equal to 1, because we are getting the value in the one form. If we are getting the value is 1, what we will do, we will write digital. We want to turn on our LED, digital write, and LED which is connected on pin number 6, LED should be 1. If the value is 1, LED should be 1. Done. Close the bracket. Else what we will do, we will write digital write, value will be 0. Done. Close the bracket. Now let's write the code here. Digital write, what is not declared, this is the good thing, no? digitalwri. Okay, we did not declare the pin here, no? Pin 6, it should like this. We cannot write directly without the pin. So now we will press the button here. You can see our LED is turning on. If we do not press the button, LED will did not turn on. And let's see the serial monitor here also. If you will want to see the serial monitor, right now we are getting the value into the 0. We will press this button, we will get the value 1 and our LED also turn on. Like this, how we can get the value into the digital pin. So